Elijah, I mentioned that you're going back for the Hobbit movies. Was there any bit of you that kind of thought about it? Because you must have been getting to a bit in your life and your career where people have stopped yelling Frodo at you in the street.
Oh, no.
Oh, really? No, that just never goes away?
It's a pretty perpetual thing. Really.
Oh, OK. So you can get a table, anywhere.
He's wearing a ring.
It's a ring, yeah. It's not a ring of power, though. That would be...
It does look like the ring of power.
It does a bit, doesn't it? It's actually Hebrew.
Precious.
It is, yeah.
Oh, wow. OK.
Yeah.
And is it true, and this seems unlikely, that you own a single piece of every bit of memorabilia that they produced for Lord of the Rings?
Oh, well, that's half true. So I've got a few things from the actual film. So I have the ring, I have Sting, I have a map from Bilbo's study or the living room in Bag End. And I just recently, because I went back and did the final bit on The Hobbit, and they gave me the book that Bilbo writes in. He writes The Hobbit, there and back again, A Hobbit's Tale, and then I finish it as Lord of the Rings. So they gave me that red volume, which is beautiful.
The actual prop?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And on my last day in Hobbiton, it was pretty magical. I know, it was amazing.
Hobbiton.
But then
Hobbiton.
This is all right. It's a real... So listen, it's a real place. They've actually...
No, it's not.
Graham.
Let him have his dream! Don't you screw up his dream! His feet are big too. Let him dream.
So they've actually built it. We built it for Lord of the Rings. We took all of the facades away, and then it's since been a tourist attraction. And now it's been rebuilt for The Hobbit, but with sustainable materials, with real woods, so it'll always be there.
Whoa.
So from now on, you'll actually get to see Hobbiton and visit it as a real place.
And will you be able to stay there?
You can't stay there, no.
You can't. Oh.
But they are turning the Green Dragon pub into a visitor centre.
Surely.
You wonderful people coming in.
Fit it.
Where's my bedroom? This way, sir. Here's the jacuzzi. There we go. Let's get it going, Bobby. I'm sure people go, yes, we're going to Hobbiton for Christmas.
I turned 19 when we first went to Hobbiton. And I'm 30 now. I was talking to Pete when we were there on my last day. I said, you realize that I had my 19th birthday in Hobbiton? Yeah. Isn't that wild?
Wow.
Puts things into perspective.
Wow. Yeah. Not many people can say that. I had my birthday party in Hobbiton. I was circumcised at Disneyland.
No one could have known that it was going to take off and become a real place. Yeah.
Stop it.
It's like a real place.
It's a whole tourist industry based on that.
Good luck getting into New Zealand, asshole.
What's your next
Look, it's him! It's Graham Norton. Come on, Graham, good luck on you.
Yeah. He's a Hobbit denier.
He doesn't believe in Hobbiton. Bastard!
So the Invergallon, because I saw the pictures of you all at the premiere on Monday night.
Oh, yes.
And, I mean, it's been part of your life for nigh on 14 years now. So it was that an emotional night, or were the emotions happened already?
Yeah, well, it's over. You know, we've not been working on The Hobbit for some time now, but it was very moving. I mean, you go, and these kids have been sleeping out all night. Well, you know about this, but the
So we can get in.
We did. We're all homeless.
These people were not born when we started making Lord of the Rings, you know. So it's a big part of their lives, and that's very, very sweet, isn't it? And to be able to see all 6 movies now and show them to their kids. God, that's what's nice. We've made classics. That's lovely.
And also, it will take nearly a day to watch it. Would Gollum... We're really... Sorry, I'm, like, poking with a stick, but I want to get my money's worth. So, could Gollum introduce this lovely singer?
Oh, no way.
Do you need to get physically ready for this?
No.
OK, fine. It's all on that board over there. That board down there. OK, here we go. Gollum, introducing our music tonight.
Okay.
Well, my precious, it's time for music, isn't it? No, it's not. Shut your face. Yes, it is precious. I loved this singer for so many years. No, you did not, precious. I did. What's her name, precious? Her name is listen.
No, and so we were hanging around and we were in a very beautiful part of New Zealand where there was a sort of mountain over there and lovely sort of big plains of lush green grass. And it was like a picturesque, it was like a postcard of how beautiful New Zealand can be. But I said, OK, Aidan, if there was a gun at your head, you've got to do one of these two things. You've got to either walk away from this scene, not saying anything to Peter Jackson or anybody else. You just got to walk away and go until you reach that mountain, right? And not say anything to anyone. And when they say, "Where's Aidan?" He's got a line. You'll just be fired. That's your career. That's over because no one will have explained it, and that be certainly this job over, and your name won't be. You know, you wouldn't have done Poldark, that's for sure.
No.
Or you've got to. Or you've got to masturbate to completion just in front of everyone here. And again, don't say anything about it. There's no introduction, there's no caveat. It's just you've got to do one of the. If there was a gun at your head, which one would you do? And he thought about, and he chose the B. He chose B. Just because he figured he wouldn't get fired, but he would get fired.
I don't think he's getting Poldark after that either. You should be fired for that.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one thing I believe, it's you should be fired for wanking on set.
Yeah.
I'm all against that. I'm dead against that.
Okay, Orlando, that idea of people knowing who you were, where was it in a supermarket when you had the...
Yeah, I was
That's
in a
the beginning of the story.
supermarket.
You
Oh, really?
finished.
Oh, I was in the first time that happened to me, where I was recognised by somebody, yeah, it was before Lord of the Rings had come out, and I was like 23 or 22 or something, but I was walking through a supermarket buying pasta, and I'd done some press and stuff. Oh, no, the first movie had come out, I could correct myself. And this woman came up behind me, and it had only just released, and she whispered into my ear, "Are you my elf?" And I was like, "No, I'm your garden gnome." Just buying some pasta.
Go around encouraging kids to be nice to each other and not to bully each other. That's a good thing to do, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. Particularly not to bully the gay kids in school, or indeed the gay members of staff. So I was... Is this leading on to a little clip you...
Yeah, I love this clip.
Yeah. And so I was with the head teacher and some of the senior students, but outside the head teacher's window, there was a crowd of really small kids who wanted to have a look. So I pulled up the blind and had a chat with them.
So this is... Where's it? Near Bristol somewhere, yeah?
Yeah.
And it went viral, kind of. You know? Viral, man. Yeah, went all over the place. This is at the school.
In your preparation for your examinations, if you don't do your revision properly, do you know what will happen? You shall not pass!
Though, Josh, you have almost a phobia of doing accents.
I can't do them.
Have you ever had to do them?
No.
OK.
Well, but occasionally you'll be in a situation where someone will go, "Oh, like, can you do an Australian accent or whatever?" I just can't do it. And, like, it makes me, like, stressed. Like, my hands go... Like, when I'm stressed, my hand goes like that. And the thought... I can't, like, comprehend how you would even start to, like... like, thinking about it makes like, I can't do it. I've got this. This is it. And it's not ideal.
But you did aspire to be an actor.
No.
I mean, you nearly worked with Martin Freeman, didn't you?
I nearly worked instead of Martin Freeman.
So, wait a minute. I knew... So you auditioned for The Hobbit, but you auditioned for the actual Hobbit.
Certain Bilbo Baggins.
What?
It was a very close-run thing.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Who got it?
I did in the end, yeah.
Oh, no, isn't it? Oh, right.
I played the Hobbit.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, in the Hobbit, I was... Yeah.
Yeah. So I got asked whether I'd audition for The Hobbit. I think on sight alone. Like, come on. Like, you'd think, right? And then I turned up and I was absolute dog shit. I thought, I'm not going to get this, obviously, but look at me. I'm going to get some extras work in New Zealand.
Yes. Yeah.
That was very quick.
Sorry. What are you talking about?
No, but in fairness, you are wearing almost a Josh Whittaker wig as the Hobbit. you're nearly in it.
That was the worst bit. I left. They said, "Can we have your hat?"
Do you remember what bit of you had to do in the audition?
Well, I don't... And I mean no offence, but I'm not into fantasy at all.
No, you just like children's fucking shit. Just encyclopedic about children's shit from before you were even a dad. In the night garden.
Do you know the worst? How's this happened? Last time I was on here, Mark Ruffalo accused me of being a paedophile. That's followed me round for 5 years.
Yeah.
And every time I meet someone, they go, oh,
Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo was a bit horrible to you. And now it's happened again.
If it happens once, it might be unfortunate. If it happens twice from two unconnected people, mate.
Oh, God, I'm going to get in a police car and you're going to be in the front in a Liverpool accent.
And you're going to be expected to do Scouts as well. But no, a lot of people in Britain went up for Bilbo.
Right.
No, I'm just saying.
Twist the knife!
No, I'm just saying.
No,
it wasn't only me and you.
How are you, Ian McKellen? Because it's the last
I'm
one.
80.
Yes, you've become a tiny bit older. 80 years old. Well done, you.
And Graham, I cannot recommend it strongly enough. It's wonderful. People give you parties and send you cards and presents and come and see you in the theatre. And I'm having a lovely time.
And was it wise they gave you a surprise party at 80?
Yes, I think they were a little bit frightened I might have a heart attack. That would be the end of it. It was the most blissful thing.
And what was nice was your party was kind of back in your old stomping ground.
Yes, it was my old school, Bolton School, where I was brought up. And it was the day before my birthday, and I thought I was just going out for an Indian meal, actually. And it turned out I was having... I did have an Indian meal, but it was at school with 150 people. Some had flown in from LA, and...
Wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you. No, you weren't invited because you didn't remember working with me.
Now...
No, I wasn't in charge of the list, so you can't blame me.
I wasn't invited either.
No.
I do remember working with you.
Yeah.
But now, somebody made an extraordinary cake.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
It was so extraordinary that I couldn't bear to cut it. And if only you could see it, you would understand why.
Well, we can see some of it.
Yes.
Because, so it was you, essentially, the cake.
Oh, it was a likeness of me.
So people ate the body?
Well, I cut into... It was a sort of a bust on a plinth, and I cut through the plinth, but... I mean, I couldn't offer someone an ear or a nose.
Well, now, because we have it...
Oh, my
here.
God.
Now, this... You've kept this...
But I'm keeping it. It's come from my fridge.
So creepy. Who would eat that?
It's a likeness, but I wouldn't call it flattering.
What it seemed to me is it's not really like me, but it's like a character that I might play. Do you think?
Yes.
I think I could play that. Yeah. Do you not think?
Yes.
But you can't eat it.
We could have a bite.
Actually, have you been nibbling at it?
No.
Well, what's all that down your suit?
That's not you. That's not you.
But thank you. Is it refrigerated there?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a working fridge. We have it on set for just these. But now this is lovely. So one of your old X-Men, he made a fuss about your birthday.
Oh, well, people sent messages, and they were invited to do that, and suddenly, upon the...
No, none of us were.
Not even a message.
Why should we even sit with you?
Here we are now. This could be another party. We've got a cake, and we're all together.
That's true, and a nice drink.
There's no rosé champagne.
That's rosé champagne right there.
Is it?
Yes.
Why? You haven't handed it to me.
Ted. Oh, sorry, Ian. There's yours.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Well, yes. Are you going to tell this story? Or
you tell it.
Yeah, well, I just saw the end result. Suddenly, onto the screen at my old school, I saw Hugh Jackman and 30,000 people, and he was playing in Manchester. I was just 8 miles away in Bolton, and they all sang Happy Birthday for me.
Oh, we've got the clip. This is him singing Happy Birthday to you with all these people. now, you've done loads of accents and loads of voices, and we were thinking, oh, what role would you like to play? What voice would you like to do? And it's a very... I was surprised by the answer to that question.
What was the answer?
Apparently, it's a name beginning with L.
Oh, you mean Lucy?
Yes.
Oh.
I love Lucy.
I was watching her today. It's my favourite thing. It's Lucy from A Good Man, Charlie Brown.
Oh. Peanuts Lucy.
Yes.
But you nearly got to play it.
Well, no, because one of my close friends is Jeffrey Rush, and he played Snoopy. And I'd always wanted to play Lucy.
Where did this happen? When did he play Snoopy?
You've done it.
I've missed it.
Did you see that bird? It's called an eagle, but because it's little, it has another name, a sparrow. And at Christmas and Thanksgiving, we eat them. And way up there, the fluffy little white thing. Clouds, they make the wind blow. And way down there, those tiny little black things. Those are bugs. They make the grass grow.
Oh, my God!
Did I get the role? Yes. I know all the words. I know. It's really pathetic. It's really embarrassing.
But now, Elijah, do you find... No, just because you were in such an iconic film, is there a thing where people just want to say, I shagged Frodo?
Hobbit sex. I don't know.
Did you say Hobbit sex?
Hobbit sex, yeah.
Hobbit sex?
Yeah, they're earthly folk. I don't know. I've not really had that experience. I don't feel like I've been approached by people that I would question why.
So people haven't whispered in your ear, oh, Mr. Frodo, it's so long.
I certainly have met people like that. They tend to be a little bit older than me. No. I didn't mean it that way.
What's been going on backstage? Very quickly, it is Oscars weekend, this weekend. And, Ian, would you mind telling us the story about when you were nominated for Gandalf?
Oh, yeah.
And you had the beads. Yeah.
Oh. Well, there weren't beads. In New Zealand, where we filmed Lord of the Rings, if you're lucky, when you leave, you're given a piece of green stone carved, and you wear it often enough, and your chances are that you'll get back to New Zealand. That's the idea. And it'll bring you a bit of luck. So when those films were nominated for something like 20 Oscars on that night, everybody from New Zealand was wearing their green stone, their punami, they're called. And when we're on the red carpet going into the ceremony, I met Maggie Smith. Hello, what are you here for? I said, well... I said, well, Lord of the Rings. Oh, yeah. She said, what's that round your neck? Oh, so it's my punami, Maggie. Oh, your punami, what's that for? I said, well, if I wear it, it'll bring me luck, and... oh, very nice. And we went our separate ways, and you know it lasts for 3.5 or 4 hours, you know, don't you? Oh, yeah. Oh, God, you sit there and sit there. And at the end, of course, everyone else wins the Oscar apart from you. And a bit dejected, you're coming out looking forward to a drink, and you bump into Maggie Smith, and she points out at you and she says, didn't work, did it?
Elijah, you must have had the most amazing night when Lord of the Rings... It equals... It's the most Oscar wins of all time. It equals the record, didn't it?
So surreal. It was 11, yeah. I think it was the most... ever nominated and won together, yeah.
Wow. But then, I love this, you didn't go to all the kind of proper... Like, you didn't go to the Vanity Fair parties or any of that. Tell us where you went.
TheOneRing.net, the fans, basically, of Lord of the Rings, had their own party, the One Ring Party, celebrating the Oscars, and we went to that party. And Billy Boyd is wonderful. And we actually, I believe we took the Oscars there and displayed them. I think Pete showed up and everything. Billy Boyd sang. Dominic Monaghan sang. Wow. It was just a joyous, beautiful event. And we ended up staying there all night. We thought we were just going to show up and kind of make an appearance and thank everyone for having a great party in our honor. And it was the best. We just stayed there.
There's a videotape later called Hobbit's Gone Wild. What big feet moving on?
It was a beautiful beautiful night because we felt like I mean, they were celebrating this thing with us, and, you know, so many of the people who were a part of making the films were there at the Oscars that night, and
it was huge.
It was a big family. You know, we were celebrating as a family. It was beautiful.
And was it at the Oscars or no? It's Golden Globes, I think, where you were. Was it Jack Nicholson?
Backstage, yeah.
Were you waiting to go on with Jack Nicholson?
I was waiting to go on to present an award. Jack was back there. Yeah, this is good. Jack was back there, and Dustin Hoffman was back there, and somehow Lord of the Rings came up in conversation, and he stood there and he said, you know, I can't do a Jack.
Oh, you can do it. No, go.
I won't. I actually won't do it because you're too good. But he basically said, you know, that movie, it just had so many endings. He's like, it just wouldn't end. And he said to me that he actually walked out before the end. He said, oh, that's how it started. He said, what happened? And I said, Jack, what do you mean? What do you mean, what happened? He said, well, tell me what the end was. And I said, well, you know, at the end, the hobbits are saying goodbye to each other, and Frodo gets on the boat and sails into the Undying Lands. He said, I didn't even see it. I walked out before the end. So he was basically complaining that there were just too many endings to the
Drugs
film.
wore off. That's
Yeah.
I have to go outside for a little medication. When I won my Academy Award, he was there. He won, this was his 3rd Academy Award. We're standing backstage because they're just about to take you to the press conference, and he goes, you know, Robbo, now I have one for every decade. Oh, you bastard!